Polis21 was conceived, like a good number of European alternatives projects, or indeed I hope almost all of them, by a conversation amongst a group of people, most likely over dinner and then over several glasses of wine. And that conversation revolved around the questions of urban exclusion, and actually the way in which, in particular, migration or cultural diversity expresses itself in a concrete way in different cities. European Alternatives has been dealing for a little while with the question of the migrant, the status of the migrant, and also this question of what does cultural diversity mean. But it's often quite difficult to look at it in a concrete and situated kind of way, especially if you don't want to just ask about the migrant, for example, but want to ask about the migrant in his relation with other people who surround him. And so one way of trying to deal with that question is to ask, well, how is exclusion actually concretized and expressed in the urban fabric of a city? And so then we came to the question of what's the nature of the city in the 21st century, and we brought in this Roman notion of the polis to try and put an accent on the potentialities for participation in the city. As far as the Zagreb event taking place tomorrow is concerned, I don't have too many expectations, because I think I've run too many of these events to have strong expectations leading into things when I know that almost anything could happen to interrupt those, or to put even the best laid plans into disarray. And often, in fact, that's when the best things come out. Certainly what I'm hoping for is to have an interesting discussion which both teaches me something about the situation here in the former Yugoslavia, but also I hope brings to the people we're working with in the area, the audience, something at least from European alternatives, some perspective or some possibility for action, if you like, because that's really what we're trying to do, that they didn't feel like was present before. That's a big responsibility and a big ask of us. I'm not sure whether it's one that I'll be able to respond to tomorrow, but that's certainly what we're trying to do. The most modest way in which that could happen is that hopefully the people we're working with in Zagreb will see some interest in doing further things with us, both in the region and also in the rest of Europe, and be able to see the point and the interest of taking part in a process and in an organization which tries to act on this transnational level. That will make me feel more like I'm not just a visitor coming to foreign shores, but someone who's trying to work actively in a space that could be called my own home as much as anybody else's.